These people must really regret their decisions. This guy was just trying to get a bit of shut-eye when a massive rat climbed up on him. That's one way to wake up. I guess that'll teach him to sleep on the job. This snowboarder is about to demonstrate what it means to fail successfully. I don't know about the execution, but he really stuck the landing. 10-pin bowling is an exciting mix of strength, skill, and sometimes a whole lot of luck, just as long as you remember to let go of the ball when bowling. Ask any builder and they'll tell you that the apprentice always gets the hard jobs no one else wants, like holding ceiling beams and eating plaster. This guy's making great use of his Saturday. First up, some split jerk weightlifting, and directly after that, it looks like he'll be rearranging the garage. With the amount of time this guy takes to line up his shot, it's easy to assume he's some kind of pool pro. Well, looks can be deceiving. When it comes to breaking the ice, some do it with a joke, others with an introduction. This guy decided to log out. When it comes to water slides, generally the bigger you are, the faster you go downhill. That's all well and good until you reach a loop and start sliding backwards. Looks like you get to ride the slide twice. When you think of territorial animals, swans probably aren't the first creature that comes to mind, but this one just hates sharing her pond with humans.
Get out!
There's a reason they call them a sunroof and not a snow roof, but this guy didn't seem to get the memo. You can try all you want, but there will only ever be one king of pop. Annie, you okay? This Winter Olympics official got a little too flamboyant with the flag, but you gotta admire his commitment in holding the pose and even keeping in sync with the other officials. There's a million different ways to clear excess snow from the roof of your house. This is just the most painful way to do it. There's a reason golf is one of the most expensive sports you can get involved in, and it's not just the golf clubs that'll break the bank, it's everything you break while you practice your swing. Well, the owner did say he wanted folding doors in his warehouse, but I don't think this is quite what he had in mind. This kid was told two things: smile for the camera and keep your eye on the ball. I think he got a little confused in the end. This couple's trying to show off their upper body strength when really she should have invested in a wig that doesn't fall off. Headshot. At first, this customer seems unimpressed with the pizza chef's culinary expertise, but just wait till he turns that dough into a swimming cap. Just because it feels sturdy enough doesn't mean you should lean on it. I just feel bad for the guy that has to clean it all up. The final moments of a pizza's life after cooking is super fragile. Just the transfer from oven to pizza box can often end up in everyone eating off the floor. Barefoot water skiing requires intense leg strength, balance, and a whole lot of luck. One ripple or wave out of place and they'll be fishing you out of the river. Family businesses are all fun and games until your brother volunteers to help, making everything so much worse. Traditional steamed buns are enough to make your mouth water, but I think these guys may have tried to make their batch a little too big. Those stools just don't seem high enough for this to work out well. By the time this lady realized she'd left her handbrake off, it was already too late. I don't think your door is meant to bend that way. Tying your giant golden retriever to your chair leg is a quick way to end up sitting on the floor. Maybe now you'll take him to the park to play fetch. Mother Nature may be awesome, but she also holds grudges. Kick a tree in winter and find out just how petty she can be. Maybe flip-flops weren't the best choice of footwear for the car wash, but at least he knows the wax and polish are working properly. This guy did everything in his power not to fall in the koi pond. Everything except for him ending up going for a swim. Hours of training, weightlifting, and time in the gym can all be undone when your toddler wants to play. Despite being covered in egg, how could you be mad? What? We all get lost in our thoughts sometimes, but there's a time and place for everything. When this lady rolled up to unload a truck full of oranges, I bet she was counting on everything inside being stacked perfectly. Honestly, this could have been much worse, but the look on her face says this isn't her first time. Say what you want about the comedy of Chris Rock, but if you insult Will Smith's wife, you best believe you're going to end up with Fresh Prince. Despite its size and impressive cargo of ceramic vases, underneath everything is just a motorbike and trailer. This will become obvious pretty soon. What begins as a fun zipline across the pond quickly becomes a rescue operation. Who built this zipline if you can run out of speed halfway? Luckily, there was someone willing to spring into action. Replacing the water bottle isn't exactly easy, but the fact that this guy's wearing gloves makes me think he was expecting this all along. The guys at your local restaurant enjoy playing a game they like to call Pass the Pizza. They still need need a little practice. What starts off as an innocent video of a happy girl skipping down the road quickly turns into the scariest foot race of her life. I bet she's not getting a puppy for Christmas. Even with a giant black and white target stuck on the wall, this guy still manages to break the only expensive thing in the room. He's gonna need a new TV because the other has a hole-in-one. Here's an inventive way to give yourself a big slap in the face. He's so pleased with himself, he's not even mad he got a face full of smoke. Nothing to see here, just a guy testing out how waterproof his phone is.
Nice.
This guy's trying to cross a toxic stream on a foam mattress. Just when you think he's gonna make it, he goes for a swim. By the looks of that water, there's a good chance he has superpowers now. Every photographer spends their life looking for the perfect shot. This one probably thought a close-up of this skater was gonna be it. Well, it could have been. Too bad he's out of a job. This delicate transport of a large glass panel seemed to be going well. That is, of course, until she came to help. I'm sure getting rid of the roof wasn't part of the worker's plan, but he did a surprisingly good job. Of all places to livestream, I don't think I've ever seen from the inside of a pizza parlor. The fact that she's got a live audience watching makes it even better. When pushing a cart full of packages, this delivery lady soon learned about blind spots. Now we know why our parcels are always late. This handyman might not be worth the money he's charging. I mean, he's clearly just there to hang out. The plan was simple, a standing backflip onto a balance board. What could go wrong? While the board didn't make it, technically he landed it perfectly. Yoga's supposed to enhance mindfulness, but in her case, it also makes her forget about the tide coming in. Nothing ruins a big Instagram reveal of your favorite treat quite like a dog who hasn't been fed yet. I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. Some days, things just don't go your way. Some people get awfully brave with their phones around water. This guy's obviously trying to get some up-close underwater photography. This mukbang streamer decided to load up his favorite chocolate fondue maker with stringy cheese. Surprisingly, for a few seconds, it looked like it was actually going to work. But cheese and chocolate are two completely different things, and the end result was kinda expected. There's nothing worse than dropping a pizza on the job, so he had every right to have that look on his face. But he was so careful. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do to stop things going wrong. You can't eat a table of fries without a little ketchup to wash it down with. Unfortunately for this guy, a few dollops makes him look like a victim of a slasher movie. If someone in a store challenges you to try and break their unbreakable product, make sure they're not expecting you to pay for it first. I really hope it came with a warranty. One unexpected side effect of copying TikTok dances is constantly losing your sunglasses over the edge of hotel balconies. Another reminder to keep your celebrations until after you've crossed the finish line. There's only one thing worse than not winning, and that's looking ridiculous at the same time. Here's a surefire way to make sure you're never allowed in a teppanyaki restaurant ever again.